girl. Your precious self had not then crossed the eyes of my young playfellow.
Well, grace to boot. Of this make no conclusion, lest you say your queen and I are devils. Yet go on. The offenses we have made you do will answer. If you first sinned with us, and that with us you did continue fault, and that you slipped not with any, but with us.
Is he won yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
Hey!
At my request he would not. Hermione, my dearest, thou never spokest to better purpose.
Never?
Never but once.
What? Have I twice said well? When was it before? I prithee tell me. Crowns of praise make us fat as tame things. One good deed done tongueless slaughters 1,000 waiting upon that.
Why, that was when 3 crabbed months had soured themselves to death, ere I can make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou utter, I am yours forever.
'Tis grace indeed. Why, lo you now. I have spoke to the purpose twice. The one forever earned a royal husband. The other, for some while.
From him that has most cause to grieve it should be. She's an adulteress.
Should a villain say so? The most replenished villain in the world, he were as much more villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook my lady Lexines for Leontes, O thou thing! Which I'll not call a creature of thy place. She's an adulteress, I have said with whom. More, she's a traitor, and Camillo is a federary with her. One that knows what she should shame to know herself, but with her most vile principle, that she's a bed swerver. Even as bad as those that vulgars give boast titles. I am privy to this their late escape.
No, by my life, privy to none of this. How will this grieve you? When you shall come to clearer knowledge that you thus have published me. Gentle my lord, you scarce can write me throughly than to say you did mistake.
No. If I mistake in these foundations which I build upon, the center is not big enough to bear a schoolboy's top. Away with her! To prison! He who shall speak for her is a far off guilty, but that he speaks.
Where some ill planet reigns, I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favorable. Good my lords, I am not prone to weeping, as our sex commonly are, the want of which vain dew perchance shall dry your pities. But I have that honorable grief-lodged here which burns worse than tears drown. Beseech you all, my lords, with thoughts so qualified as your charities shall best instruct you. Measure me, and so the king's will be performed.
Shall I be heard?
This that goes with me. Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you see my plight requires it. Do not weep, good fools. There is no cause. When you shall know your mistress has deserved prison, then abound in tears as I come out. This action I now go on is for my better grace. Adieu, my lord. I never wished to see you sorry. Now, I trust I shall. My women, come, you have need.
Go do our bidding. Hence.
since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say, not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then that innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know, who least will seem to do so, my past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true, as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though devised and played to take spectators. For behold me a fellow of the royal bed, which owe a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, standing here to prate and talk for life and honor, for who pleased to come and hear. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief which I would spare. For honor, 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. With what encounter so uncurrent have I strained to appear thus? If one jot beyond the bound of honor, or an act or will that way inclining, hardened be the hearts of all that hear me, and my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave.
I ne'er heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
That's true enough, though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress of which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him, as an honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so and no other than yourself commanded, which not to have done so I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you, and toward your friend, whose love had spoke, even since it could speak, from an infant freely that it was yours. Now for conspiracy? I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how. All I know it is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, knowing no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure, just as you know what you've undertaken to do in his absence.
Sir, you speak a language I understand not. My life stands at the level of your dreams, which I laid down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. So as you are past all shame, those of your fact so are, so past all truth, which to deny concerns more than avails. For as thy brat has been cast out, like to itself, no father owning it, which is indeed more criminal in thee than it, so thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body from his presence, I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, star most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in its most innocent mouth haled out to murder. on every post proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred, the child may privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here, to this place in the open air before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me, what blessings have I here alive that I should fear to die? Therefore, proceed. But yet hear this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw. But for mine honor, which I would free, if I shall be condemned upon surmises, I'll prove sleeping else in what your jealousies awake. I tell you, 'tis rigor, and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge!
Bring forth, and in Apollo's name, his